All right, everybody, welcome back. We are here again to cast yet another exciting match. I'm joined yet again by Hawkshaw. Today's match is WVU versus Hailstorm. Not 4-3 of Hailstorm that they faced before, who they did beat in the losers bracket. I believe they are now moving up. Hawkshaw going into this map already on Lijiang, a very common pick for a lot of these teams in this tournament. What do you expect to see compositionally on Control Center?
Well, with Control Center, you usually see a lot of Reinhardt, typically those brawl-oriented compositions, and I expect to see the same here, given how we've seen these two teams play in the past.
Very much so. Don't forget to follow to have a chance at our next giveaway. Whenever we reach 300 followers, we'll be giving away $30 of Blizzard balance. Make sure you follow to be notified of our next stream. And whenever we hit 300 followers, make sure you're here and you have a chance at that giveaway. So make sure you're at the stream so you have a chance.
Absolutely. Stay tuned for that. And I want to note that whoever wins this game will advance to the finals to play against 413 Hellfire, who have been making a dominant run in the playoffs so far.
Very true. Very much so, and that's going to be an exciting matchup as we see the brawls meet each other on the point. You see both teams running this brawl comp. Something very common for Control Center is a fire strike from Brave Monk finds too early. They got caught low, and while the jump rat trade does go in favor of Hailstorm, it's going to be WVU with those Reinhardt Flame Strike picks. They're going to be capping this point and pushing on. They're trying to hold this choke point now, Hawkshaw, but they're going to have to back off a little bit, it seems.
Yeah, we saw two completely different routes that both these teams took to the point. WVU just rushed it straight to the point, gained that point presence immediately, and the picks went their way.
Very good point. Now the brawls meet again in this white server room. This time, Brave Monk yet again finding an entry pick. This time on the enemy, Reinhardt. Artemis goes down. His team is left reeling right now. Brave Monk has just been popping off early in these fights, being well enabled by his team, who seem to be getting the enemy low, so his fire strikes and swings are just enough to finish people off.
Definitely, and he already has that shatter over nearly 30% above Artemis, the counter Reinhardt. They also have the grab, and Wildcris engaging with this coalescence, but the grab dragon is coming out from WVU, and the picks are going their way. Zai kills off Vertile, but it's not going to be enough as he goes down to Genofran. And that looks to be it for Hailstorm here. WVU is up to 50% now on this point. This has been a great first round for them here.
Yeah, Ultimates, you could say starting to go in the favor of Hailstorm, but not quite. The beats are both here, and now the wall from Zaya is going to be used early, trying to give Hailstorm the advantage in this fight, but Vertile actually manages to pick off the enemy Lucio. That's Soundry going down the back line. Now a big shatter comes through from Brave Monk. He's been playing big all day long. Blocks a shatter from Artemis, who goes down. Brave Monk, absolutely dominant Reinhardt play so far. His team is up 80%. Hailstorm reeling. They're going to have to use these ultimates together, but there's a lot on the side of WVU to fight against.
Yeah, and I thought with picks going the way, with a couple picks going the way of Hailstorm in that previous fight, that they'd be able to overwhelm WVU, but unfortunately for them it didn't work out. They do have ults here to work with though, but it's going to be hard as they're going to have to get past that window from 7-Eleven, which isn't really getting too much value here. The grab comes out from Santamon, but the lamp is there. The tire kills off Brave Monk. This could be Hailstorm's fight to win, as the brawl is still happening on the point here.
As Llama's tire goes down as well, the tire ends up being extra big for Shiro. Llama now going down on the point, as well as his fellow teammates. Artemis now trading this Reinhardt duel back with some big picks. Vertile, though, does find one. It might not be too late here, but with Vertile going down, that does seem to be the case. Hailstorm could capture this point from WVU. They're 99, so they're going to have one last chance. They cannot give this point back.
Yeah, and it's going to be a hard one to hold if you're on the side of Hailstorm. WVU having that Grab Dragons combo as well as the Earth Shatter.
Yeah, these are things you don't want to have to run into. That Grab Dragon, especially dangerous. Both Reinhardts have their Shatter. The window, however, is on the favor of Hailstorm right now. The Ryan swinging. Brave Monk looking to make a play as he's done. Both shields are low. Brave Monk is swinging on Artemis now, but he's going to get mirrored. That mirror is going to force Brave Monk to go around the other way. And now Dragon comes through, but it's actually going to block Sightline where Bravemonk doesn't see this shatter coming. He blocked the last one, but trades are going to start coming in the favor of WVU, starting to take this point back. Soundry is on the point alone. You can't do enough. That's the last fight, and with that, WVU are going to look to avoid a stall here. Hailstorm trying to come in with the ball, the tire going out to try to catch something. Now Santamon just trying to stall out this point for his team as long as possible. The tire catches Artemis coming back on the Winston. Llama finds two. Now Gino Fran's coming through to clean this point up. Looks like this one's going to go to WVU.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a clean final fight there from WVU. Using those ultimates, very worthwhile for them, and if that's the right word.
Yeah, for sure.
They end up taking Control Center.
Well, we have a quick moment here. You mentioned 413 Hellfire earlier, who is going to be a tough competition for whichever of these teams can make it through this round. 413 as an organization, just want to make a quick note on that. You can come join. It's a great community to be around as a starting point, but overall, it's a community based around finding teams and playing together and growing together as players. There's multiple structures in place to help you find a team, or if you're already a team, you could come into the server and integrate your team in our community. So check out 413, our Discord server, and make sure to stop by and have a good time.
Definitely, and even if you're not looking for a team, you're still free to engage in our community as you wish. And now we're going on to Night Market here. Both teams taking the teleporters, but we're looking to see a double shield with the Rhino-Rissa here, and it's working out for Hailstorm as they get the first pick onto Llama. That teleporter for them is going to be going down. WVU going into this 5v6, not looking good for them.
Yeah,
KO9 getting slapped around, he falls. Artemis taking out both tanks there. Santamon killing off Gino Fran, and they take this point.
This sort of looks almost like a reverse of the last map where we saw Bravemonk getting 2 picks early with his Flame Strike or Fire Strike. Now we see Artemis here. Just taking it simple. You know, he's a simple man with the hammer, finding those 2 picks, and they're going to be big and let his team roll this point over. Right now, Hailstorm has the momentum in their favor.
And he is double the percentage in Earth Shatter over the Bravemonk here. This is completely different from what we saw on Control Center.
Very much. He's pretty much at that shatter. There it is. Now the window from 7-11 could be big, though. Could kind of prevent this shatter from being big. It's really hard to shatter when you have to look in a mirror, amplifying damage in your face. The Immortality comes through along with a mirror. And Gino Fran finds 3 with the boop. This guy's insane. And another boop's actually going to catch the enemy, Lucio, who has to try to wall ride back, but Gino Fran was waiting for him. Gino Fran just dominated that team fight, booped the entire enemy team off, and now WVU is going to have this point back.
That's why the cliffs on Night Market, they're just so dangerous to be near, especially when there's a Lucio on the enemy team.
Absolutely destructive. Now pushing in with this Orisa, I gotta say, it's probably going to be a lot harder than just purely defending the point. Once you have that teleport, now the Sim Wall coming in big, High Noon's going to be hard to get through here. Actually, that's Zai's High Noon. Not affected by his own symbol, of course. The Immortality comes through, but a big shatter hits hard. Everybody's down. Bravemonk going, Llama going. Now 7-11 Immortality is down. The beat comes through from Gino Fran, but he might not have enough magic up his sleeve to overcome this difference right now. He had to get 3 picks last time, but I don't think the enemy team is going to make the same mistake twice. With Biochris is going down. We're finding picks when the KO9 and goes down to 0. And Zai clean up the point as some stalls come out from WVU. They are going to take the percentage advantage right now. And it looks like they're a little bit ahead on ults. This beat from Soundry, though, could be a big turning point ultimate if he uses it well here.
Yeah, the beat from Gino Fran, the side of WVU, a bit unlucky. Went through as 2 members of WVU fell there, and it just went to pieces for them.
We've all
you
done
did
that,
say,
you know.
though, WVU almost has 6 ults. Chris using this window here. WVU just playing it back, playing slowly here.
Yeah, that window coming out early is pretty big for WVU here. They can just stall it out. Now the tire coming through from Llama is going to go down to Shiro here. Gets broken, as you said. The shatter comes through big for the Bravemonk, and that's going to lead to KO9 getting a move on the Diva. Impressive there. I'm not sure if that's exactly how it happened, but hey, it worked out. Looks that way in the kill feed. Now WVU is rolling this point over after a huge shatter from Bravemonk. Now Artemis is going to have some time to come back, try to do that same thing on his own.
Yeah, they take this point. Hailstorm got up to 81%, but this is going really back and forth as WVU Mountaineers are up to 63 now. They could end up taking the percentage lead leading up to this next fight. And they still have 2 ults to work with here. However, Hailstorm has both tank ults and both DPS ults. This could be big for them.
That is absolutely massive. It's rolling into this point is Hailstorm again with that same wall they used before. Now the Dragon coming through it. Vertile is ready this time. Llama finding a pick as well through this Sim wall. Brave Monk. That wall isn't going to save you from a big hammer. It can go through both ways. Brave Monk finds 2 picks, and Artemis gets a big shatter though as he retreats. This is last fight in theory, so those 2 picks from Artemis are huge, but he goes down himself as well. Soundbringer going to go down, and that's unfortunate. He was the last touch here as the ball goes down. Now WVU taking the first map in an impressive fashion. After a back and forth on the second map, I got to say first map was pretty dominant. And really, they turned the second map around after a slow start.
Yeah,
here it is.
Oh, here it is.
Here's the play of the game. Lucio, Genofriend on that huge boop we saw earlier. That's insanely nasty from Genofriend. And here's another one. He got the Lucio, actually. Tries to come back up, and he says, nope.
What an insane support.
Oh, what a crazy player.
Absolutely.
All right.
Now it is 1-0 WVU. Sorry, go ahead.
No problem. As you said, 1-0 WVU. We're going to go to a quick 3-minute intermission. Stay around, guys. This is an exciting match. It's going to get more and more exciting as these teams get used to each other and start strategizing around what they've seen so far. Stay tuned, everybody. We're going to come back to you when the teams have picked the next map. So, Hawkshaw, I wanted to ask you a little bit. We talked about it earlier. Just wanted to see what you could tell me, because obviously I don't know anything, and the rest of the chat here a little bit about 413 as an organization and kind of why maybe people should check it out.
Well, 413 Esports is your gateway to competitive Overwatch. You can join as a tryout and join our open tryouts, which are every Sunday at 8 p.m. EST. If you are interested, if you attend those as a tryout, you can get onto the academy team, and from there, you grind it out, and if you're good enough, you'll get noticed by teams here.
All right, well, sounds great. Going into King's Row here, after we just saw an exciting brawl from WVU, Hailstorm, deciding to go with King's Row is something you wouldn't expect to see after how good the brawl looked from WVU, but I think it's a brave pick. We've seen this happen before where the brave pick ended up being the right one, so let's see what happens here as Hailstorm takes on a daring challenge, trying to defend now on King's Row.
Yeah, definitely what I didn't expect here, the map pick from Hailstorm, but it could work out for them. You never know. Looks like a sort of a regular old brawl comp from Hailstorm. We'll see what WVU picks here when spawn doors open. Jump, what do you think they're going to run here?
So far, we have an early look at the comps, and WVU is actually on an Orisa, but I would be surprised if they stayed on it. I'm expecting that to go to maybe a Zarya, as it does. So we are going to see WVU on sort of a straight brawl, but kind of a double sniper brawl with this Widow Hanzo here. That's something that's a little interesting. I think the Hanzo is very good here for your grab dragon, and Widow is just really good on this first point throughout this map. So now pushing in here is WVU. They're hitting the corner hard as Artemis gets his May wall to help support him. The Brave Monk gets caught and goes down. Unfortunately, the Immortality field just not quite in reach of the Brave Monk. He goes down early, and Hailstorm's going to take some early momentum on this map.
Yeah, definitely went the way of Hailstorm as soon as they got that wall up and killing off the Brave Monk. I'm not sure about the Widow pick here anymore. Hailstorm to simply not pick the Widow. But they're still looking for it. Vertile gets the headshot kill onto Zai, so this could be big for them. 7-11 having to invest that Immortality field, but it doesn't matter. Brave Monk finds 3, and KO9 kills off Artemis, and that's going to be it for Hailstorm here. 7-11 is looking to take this point.
WVU capturing that point somewhat confidently, got a little scrappy there, but they do take this point. Now, Hailstorm's going to be left reeling, although they do have the Shatter. Brave Monk has his as well, so we're looking to see a bit of a game of chicken, if you will, between these two Reinhardts with their Shatters. Let's see who uses it first, and let's see if a block is what we're going to see, or if a big 6-man Shatter is on his way, Hawkshaw.
Yeah, definitely. The mind games here are real. Artemis came through with the window fire strike combo. Oh man, WVU is going to have to keep S-keying this as Zai wins that Widow duel versus Llama.
Wow.
That's a one-way ticket to the spawn room.
And there we see that window fire strike. Such a good combo. So much damage thrown at the enemy team instantly to go down. Big picks there by Artemis. We saw Brave Monk do that earlier, although it wasn't off the window. Now the grab from KO9 here. Dragon comes through, but the Maywall is going to lift him up above it. What a genius Maywall. And Zai finds Llama. Big Shatter gets blocked by Artemis as the window comes through from 7-11. They're going to back off of this one. The S key is being pressed for Hailstorm, but it's too late. 2 picks come through, and while Brave Monk is walled off, he tries to Shatter, but he goes down for it. Now Artemis is going to push this point back as the enemy Reinhardt is down. The grab is online here for Hailstorm. Now they're going to actually stabilize on this point where maybe it didn't seem like they were going to at first.
Yeah, I thought Hailstorm was screwed after that grab dragon combo. Sorry, came out from WVU, but the Maywall there, what an actual 5-head play there. But WVU here taking this corner quickly, but Shiro kills off Llama. The grab coming in from Santamon, but the Immortality Field not enough as Artemis kills off the Brave Monk and Hailstorm sustains once again.
Yeah, and that fire strike right at the end there. A little cleanup kill, but strike has just been an imposing presence for both Reinhardts today. That just long range, big hitbox, big damage ability. Really hard to avoid. Now KO9's trying to secure this corner for his team. Hailstorm's going to back off a little bit to the cart here. They're holding this bookshop right now with the window as Zai finds the Tracer. Llama's down. And now that window's a little useless with the Immortality getting pushed right past it. WVU now holding on to the next corner. Brave Monk. Both Zarya bubbles are down on the Reinhardt, but the freeze comes through, and Santamon now finds the Brave Monk. What a big pick there. Now WVU yet again sent reeling. Hailstorm somewhat recovering after the cap right now, and they're making good time stalling the enemy team out right now, and another stagger comes through. Big picks here for Hailstorm.
Thank you.
Definitely down to just under 3 minutes for WVU here. They are building up ults here. They almost have this Grab Dragons combo as well as the support ult and the Earth Shatter. Artemis does have this Shatter to answer as well as the beat from Sangri. As the sights are committed from Zai, they'll be able to just see wherever WVU goes. And it looks like they're going up top here.
They are, and with that, again, both Ryans having the Shatters online, the game of chicken yet again commencing now. The Grab Dragon could be online for WVU shortly. Not quite yet, though. The Brave Monk looking for a big play. I really like this rotation. As he blocks the Shatter, throws down one of his own. Both Reinhardt's blocking Shatters back and forth today. 2 picks come through. Very unexpected. Genofriend finds Sai. Lucio dueling out the Widow there as Vertile finds the support. Now WVU is rolling this point as Hailstorm's going to be first to back off here. Some cleanup picks coming through from the Tracer. They're stalling this point for as long as they can, just stopping the push. WVU slowly but surely rolls over the rest of the team.
Big opening for WVU Mountaineers there. That
big
rotation,
yeah.
Making them look like the defenders there on the cart. And they still have this Grab Dragons combo, but it looks like Hailstorm is not going to touch here. WVU caps this, and they have 3 minutes remaining.
Just the Reinhardts throwing their Shatters into each other. Beautiful Kings Row gameplay that I like to see. Now we have the Grab Dragon online for WVU. That could be big. The grab from Hailstorm probably doesn't have as much to follow up, but it comes out first. The Immortality Field comes through big. Both grabs are out, and there goes the Dragon. The Brave One's going to clean up the kills. Everyone was low from that Grab Dragon. They finished them off. Now pushing this point. One only on card as they push ahead. Genofriend gets Vile Push right before he backs up into spawn. That's a big pick. KO9 found Shiro as well, so now staggering back, Hailstorm's going to have to try to find a way back into this one. 3 are on the cart. It's going fast. Got to try to stall this one out. Here they come with the Lucio. They're pushing in aggressively. A big Shatter comes through for Brave Monk. This one gets through Artemis' shield for once as a freeze comes through, though. It's huge. Shiro finds Tracer in that freeze. The last character you might expect is Genofriend finds the pick. These Lucios are popping off, and the kill being now 7-11. finds Santamon. Zarya is down for Hailstorm now. No bubbles to keep you alive as the Brave Monk is getting booped off the map. He's going to get shot down first. Genofran, last one alive, gets a pick onto Shiro, but he's going to have to rotate out here. Not enough firepower left for his team to win this one.
Yeah, that was definitely Hailstorm's fight to win, seeing as they did have a good number of ults to be working with there. They still have 2 as well. WVU just a bit behind on some of them, like the Earth Shatter, 25% behind on that. Genofran does have this beat to sustain if anything comes their way though. The window coming in from Valkyris. Brave Monk pushing in really aggressively. Genofran throws down to Zai, and Brotal trades off on the Valkyris. Both supports go down for Hailstorm right now, and it looks like WVU is going to be pushing this as soon as they can finish off these last picks. Llama popping off on this Tracer here, and they don't touch. WVU completing King's Row with 1:06 left.
Yeah, Llama right there at the end, absolutely popping off in the kill feed after a really great Ryan play from the Brave Monk. He goes in hard on the enemy Ryan and just starts aggressing and swinging as much as he can, forces the enemy Ryan to use that Shatter, and while it did get, I believe, some members of WVU, Brave Monk was waiting right there with his own Shatter, and he actually was behind Artemis, so he didn't get shattered himself, was able to back Shatter the enemy team. Really big play there, and he also avoided the pin that might have sent him flying off the map or dead. Brave Monk, really good elusive Reinhardt play there. Really, if I was Artemis, I would have been rather frustrated. Who knows what you do in that situation, but now they're going to have to try to recover. Now, a minute, I got to say, isn't, the best time bank. I'd say if you're Hailstorm, you don't feel too bad about this. I think you can beat this time bank.
Definitely. It's definitely 100% doable on any map, really. I'm loving the main tank battle that we've been seeing so far throughout this match. This has been incredible.
Now setting up, we're going to see interesting combos from both teams. We see the Tracer that Llama was on. Llama's now in the Mei, so we see the teams kind of taking ideas from each other now. The compositions are pretty similar both ways, but Shiro actually going onto the Mei here, so they are running a Mei from both comps. This is pretty interesting because you get into a sort of really high-level gameplay where these walls are going back and forth and the Ryans are having to decide what to do in this maze of being walled off from each other. So let's see how that's going to go as Hailstorm tries to rotate through Hotel, or not through Hotel, sorry, through the theater. They're going to go down early. Genofran finds a big pick there.
Yeah, definitely a quick pick that's going to take quite a bit of time off of Hailstorm's attack here. That's already 30 seconds off the clock for them as they're waiting for their support to come back. And looks like they're taking the left side up the stairs here. And WVU just playing this slowly. And again, they all get knocked off except for Artemis and Valkyris, who just stay up the top. 7-11 though uses that immortality field. It's not really going to get any value as everyone regroups onto the high ground. Some of them they're still rotating around. It's very interesting from Hailstorm here. WVU still playing this slowly, just on the point, just poking away. As Hailstorm finally does drop down, the wall comes out from Llama. Does split off Artemis for a little bit, but he gets saved. That bubble coming in handy for Artemis.
Brave Monk. He's on this corner. The Zarya bubbles are coming out now. A big flame struck. Yeah, Shatter already for Brave Monk. Can he use it here? There goes the Mei wall. Artemis forced into a bad position, tries to pin out of it. Brave Monk catches him. That might have been a bad catch for Brave Monk. Maybe you let him go there, as now Santamon's going to find 2 picks. Following up on that, Genofran does find Zai, who goes down. Llama finds a pick, and this is actually getting messy for Hailstorm. You don't want it to go this way. You want to win these fights decisively. Now, the immortality field coming through, although maybe if you're WVU, you're actually just getting staggered in a way you didn't even know was possible by giving up picks here. Artemis finding another pick now. KO9 and 7-11 follow through. I believe they were just trying to stall out the point there. My mistake, as Hailstorm now is going to finally capture this point. I don't believe they're much ahead of WVU's pace here, but they so far look like they could still beat it if they don't stall out as much in this current phase, the second point phase, as much as WVU did.
Yeah, was a bit slower of an attack on the side of Hailstorm here, but you kind of have to make do with the situation here. They still have 4 minutes in the streets phase. and they have a good number of ults to work with. Both sides do, actually. The Grab Dragon combo coming out from WVU Mountaineers. Genofan does go down, though, and the beat from Songri coming out. Shatter from Brave Monk. And the Blizzard. A lot of ults being invested here, but the Brave Monk gets that kill onto Shiro. And this is looking to go the way of WVU Mountaineers here. Santamon, and he falls. And that's the fight going the way of WVU, but not after a couple picks go the way of Hailstorm. They'll need to get those back.
And as you noted, those ultimates used by WVU were very important. While they did manage to counteract the Grab Dragon, they had to use a beat and an immortality to do it. So more ultimates ended up being committed by WVU than maybe seem ideal, because now going into this fight, Hailstorm has almost every ult on the way. They don't have that beat, however. They did use the last fight, but going into the next fight, pretty excited now. These ultimates could get canceled by a beat, but Grab Freeze, for example, is one that's going to be really hard now. The Fire Strike Mirror catches one again. Shiro goes down to the backline to that Flame Strike by the Brave Monk. 7-11 finds Z as well. Now trades are coming through for Hailstorm as Artemis tries to break through this wall. He's going to have to give up. Oh, that feels bad when you're a Reinhardt being walled off from the rest of your team and having to watch them die as you just take the flank around.
Yeah, big play from WVU there, that window. Being able to get a couple picks, and I think that was just the well-known story of whoever presses Q first wins the fight, seeing as 7-11 pressed his Q, but Hailstorm, unfortunately for them, didn't press any of theirs. But now they're starting to press their Qs. The grab coming out from Santamon, but it's not going to get any follow-up as Vertile goes in the Dragon, doesn't really find anything either. WVU backing up to this corner as Hailstorm is still playing around this cart.
Hailstorm haven't committed their ultimates yet, being patient here as WVU has built a shatter. Now the freeze coming through. Brave Monk hits a huge shatter on a line of enemies standing in front of the wall, but Llama still goes down. That shatter wasn't enough, although it was absolutely gigantic. Wasn't enough. Genoframe getting stunned, but does manage to stay alive. They're going to stall this point out for as long as they possibly can, but Soundry is going to find a big picture. These Lucios are showing up in the kill feed all day long, fooling out a Hanzo this time with Soundry. Genoframe, sorry, is going to try to contest this point in the last second as his main tank, Brave Monk, comes in. They're actually fighting for this point. Brave Monk goes down pretty quickly. Llama finds a pick if they can touch here, which they can. KO9's on the point. This is winnable. Big grab comes through the mirror to follow up, and now Genoframe is finding a pick on the down three. The freeze comes through, and that's a huge last-second hold. WVU, despite how many ults they had to use, that's a big play to hold there. Now WVU is going to have to use these ults to get the point, rather than being able to use them after to keep going.
What a hold there from WVU. 0.23 meters away from that second point. And now they have a minute left on this Streets phase. They do have ults to work with though, so it's not completely lost yet for them. They have 5 ults here, halfway to that Blizzard as well. But they'll need to be quick here as they have 35 seconds left.
They meet at the corner, needing to use these ultimates as Hailstorm now. They haven't initiated with ultimates design. Now finally using this High Noon as the window comes up behind it. High Noon finding one. That's KO9 down. That's a big pick. Huge player for WVU to go down. Both tanks now down. WVU just stalling for time as Vertile finds a pick. He goes down himself. One pick here is big, however, though. Brave Monk has that shatter, so we're not going to see him swap. But he's going to come back on that Reinhardt after. Hailstorm, again, forced to use some ults there to get that. Not really, though, actually. They do hold on to their ultimates here. Going into this next phase, however, the time bank so far, I would say, in pace, on pace, is in favor of WVU.
Yeah, WVU already winning this time bank battle. But Hailstorm, though, it's still possible for them to finish this map here. They just need to invest these ults smartly. If that's a word. The immortality field coming out from 7-11. Geofan does go down though. That's not what you want for if you're on WVU. Shiro gets the count of Brave Monk, and the Mei falls. Just picks going all for Hailstorm there.
And WVU does go down here, but it isn't without the time bank going in their favor, and now they have the ultimates in their favor as well. Not quite, however, a lot of ultimates are online for Hailstorm, so this can be a battle The last second, Kings Row. Every ultimate is going to come out here. Let's see what happens. Is WVU going to make it to the point the Dragon comes out and the mirror to follow? Big Shattered gets blocked. It would seem High Noon is there. Vertile finds one. Freeze is coming through. It is insane. The Brave Monk goes down. The card is going to get pushed for a second. Picks are coming through for Hailstorm. This is scary for WVU. They didn't want this to happen too early, they say. But they do have the time bank. The picks are coming through. Hailstorm's going to cap this, but time bank right now, 52 seconds in the favor of WVU.
Yeah, 52 seconds could be the difference between winning and losing this map if you're on the side of Hailstorm.
Very much so. Curious to see what both teams pick compositionally. The maze being very prominent there, but we saw a lot of swaps, especially DPS-wise. So I'm really excited to see what these teams come out with.
Yeah,
This Kingsborough attempt.
Yeah, I feel like we could see the May again. It has been working well for both sides here. The McCree and the Hanzo, it could go either way. Both worked out well as well. We'll see though. Looks like WVU is rolling out on the, I think the same comp that they ran earlier with the Vertile on the Hanzo and Llama on this May. Pretty much the same old here. We'll see what Hailstorm runs out with though. If they're not lying to us, then looks like it's going to be quite a bit different from what they ran earlier. But now that's Sentimont switching back onto that Zarya. But we'll see what they run out with for sure here.
Very well noted. It does look like both teams are running the May so far early on. Zai on the Reaper, which we haven't seen yet on this map, but I would be very excited to see. This is a classic May Reaper Lucio Moira brawl coming in from WVU. This is a death ball comp. Going to be hard to break through. If you have Vertile here on the Hanzo, sure you have the Grab Dragon, but if you're Hailstorm right now, your advantage should be, your pure brawl should be just a little bit stronger. So you really want to get in your face with your resources. Your Artemis now using a shield while his team gets the corner. Santamon uses his grab, and now the wall comes up from Llama. Artemis going to push into this corner as KO9 is using the statue to push out some enemy teammates. Now the wall comes through, and a pick from Viocris on to Lucio. That skill orb goes through the backline, takes one out. Soundgree and Zai are finding some picks as well. As I said, the death ball comp absolutely rolling for Hailstorm right now. They just have a stronger brawl rate.
Yeah, absolutely. The pure brawl just going the way of Hailstorm there. Viocris already 85% to this Coalescence, as well as Artemis, almost having this Shatter, double the ult charge of the Brave Monk, and they have 10 seconds here, or 5 seconds, sorry, and they're on the street space now. Well, Artemis gets picked early.
Artemis goes a bit too far forward, finds himself dead while his team maybe has an advantage in this fight, and the mirror comes out and so does the Coalescence. Both teams are committing ults here. Vertile finds another pick as WVU is slowly making this fight in their favor. Artemis is coming back out of spawn, and WVU has to give up a little bit of ground, but not really. They're pushing this cart fast. They want to end this now. The brawl is stronger from the under team, but here comes the freeze. Brave Monk, he's caught, and he's out. Maywell behind him catches him, and he can't get any more healing. He's going to have to back off now. Hailstorm suddenly turning this fight around. Gino Fran's on the point, stalling it out, but he's going to go down eventually. You'd have to think, as he does. And with that pick, now overtime, Hailstorm's pushing pretty far, and WVU is going to have to try to recover here.
It's definitely an important fight win for Hailstorm, being able to get a lot more distance here, but they're going to be running into a Grab Dragon combo, and they don't have this beat to sustain it. This is going to be pretty rough for Hailstorm going into this next fight. Sangri already getting picked.
And the grab's coming through, but the Maywall comes up to try to avoid anything. The Dragon comes through anyways, as so does every other ultimate in the video game now. They're going to not be on the point, unfortunately, anymore, as they're all dead. Big Shatter ends it off, and now WVU is going to try to have to push further than that. Not going to be easy to do, I got to say. That's a pretty impressive push from Hailstorm.
Yeah, especially with one just being given 1 minute there, being able to push almost to the last corner on Streets phase. I think if you're on the side of Hailstorm, you're happy with that. It's going to be pretty tough for WVU to try and replicate this. We'll see how they do it, though.
Yeah, they are going to have to try to replicate something here because, like we pointed out, that straight together brawl was pushing really hard. Maybe if it wasn't for Artemis, who maybe got a little bit ahead of himself there, found himself out, and the enemy team went down, they might have pushed that a little bit further. So if you're WVU right now, you're thinking what you can do to counter this and how you can come back at it.
Yeah, they have 30 seconds here. Looks like Hailstorm runs out on this McCree DPS line. with the Bap Lucio again. Different from the Moira Lucio, but I think Bap, it could work here on the defense. It didn't, unfortunately, for WVU, but that was because they just kind of got walked on, you know. See what WVU rolls out here for this attack. Looks like it's going to be McCree Hanzo with the Bap Lucio once again. Yep.
Yeah, they do not really switch up the comp too much, although they don't have the main now. Llama on the McCree. Playing up to the corner, pushing in now onto the point. Brave Monk. He's pushing in here as the swings are coming through heavy for both Reinhardt's spam. Coming through into these shields are going down quickly. The brawls are meeting here, which will be...
What? Brave Monk is already 62 to a shatter.
Whoa, he's been swinging on the enemy team like crazy, and a big stun comes through from Llama, who goes down. Brave Monk's huge on a shadow, though. He's going to get the enemy right here, so Pick's coming through for WVU because they're down right now, getting walled off, so they can't back up Zai. Takes down 7-11 in the meanwhile. WVU, after an impressive ult charge gather, and they did get the Reinhardt, they're going to have to come down, but they're going to be back first. This is their point right now. They're pushing in, waiting for Artemis on Hailstorm to come back. The Brave Monk's going to take some space. Santamon's going to go down, stepped up a bit too much too early as slowly Hailstorm starts to follow, though Artemis does find a bit of an MTD pick as Zai finds one of his own. Hailstorm turning around these fights. The last second, but they don't touch. They don't touch in time. And with that, even though Zai finds yet another pick, it might have been enough. They don't touch in time now. 43 seconds is the advantage for WVU. They're going to get that time free to push. That's time that Hailstorm didn't really get, as Hailstorm was almost immediately sent into overtime. KO9 staggering out the enemy team. It's going to keep going, it looks like.
These are some massive stagger picks. KO9.
Oh my god.
An absolute cleanup god here.
Wow, this is really bad if you're a Hailstorm getting cleaned up like that. Not what you want to see happen. Only one on card so far for WV. Maybe they'll back up, get those 3 on. Now they have 2 going a little faster. A little faster. This card's chug-a-lug-a-lugging to the point, and they want to get there. As now Hailstorm's going to try to meet them. They have maybe one less attempts. Ultimates are in the favor of WVU. High Noon certainly is. It has been confirmed twice. Both McCrees have popped it. Only one.
He died during the shatter.
Yes,
they don't touch.
During the shatter, but they don't touch. The graph comes through, and despite picking off the main tank, it wasn't enough to touch. Oh my gosh, WVU takes the map.
That's so unlucky for Hailstorm. That's both times they don't touch the point right as they needed to.
Oh.
It ends up costing them the map here.
Wow.
My goodness.
Absolutely stunning. People are going down. What a play of the game here from Vertile, cleaning up that last fight just in time.
Definitely.
And just throwing out here, a quick update on the followers. Make sure you guys follow, because once we hit 300, we're going to be doing a $30 Blizzard Balance giveaway, and we are getting there, folks. So make sure you follow and stop by these streams so you can have a chance at winning $30 in Blizzard Balance. We're going to go to a 3-minute intermission while these teams pick the next map. Map pick is going to be on the side of Hailstorm now as they go down again to WVU, who have been putting on an impressive show, but Hailstorm is going to look to counter this back. Stick around, folks. 3 minutes. We'll be back. All right, everybody, welcome back. I'm here again with Hawkshaw as we return to continue casting the OCS losers bracket. Winner of this is going to go into the grand finals against Hellfire. Right now, WVU is up 2-0 against Hailstorm. Hawkshaw, who do you think is the favorite going into Temple of Anubis, and why?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of up in the air. On Temple of Anubis, you can really play anything, really. I don't know. You tend to see a lot of ball here in terms of tank picks, and you usually see snipers as well if you're a DPS, but you never know. We'll see what these teams are rolling on here.
Like you said, a lot of options. Ball is pretty common here. Notably, the Brave Monk usually is going to be on the Ryan Winston, so as we can maybe see here early, KO9 on the ball, and Brave Monk on the Monkey, so they can dive together. Not a bad option. On the other side, Hailstorm seeming to go with a Ball Zarya, which kind of gives you similar, sort of similar prospects to a double bubble where you're running Winston Zarya, where your dive character can go in, use the abilities that he has, to protect himself separately of the Zarya bubble for maximum time in, harassing the enemy backline. Let's see how this goes. Both teams running the ball, so certainly a duel to be had here.
Yeah, and as we know, Ball Zarya has been used quite a bit more ever since this most recent patch with the Sigma nerf. Haven't really seen much Sigma lately, so you usually see Zarya in place of that.
True, and as I'm sure a lot of people know, Diva is also being run.
Yeah.
Especially maybe if you happen to see any leaked scrims that might have been going around by chance. Not that I would know anything about that. Llama getting a pick down now on Shiro. Zai gets a follow-up as well. Genofriend goes down here. That's Lucio down. Big pick. Vertile finds one as well. Picks are back and forth. This is a sloppy fight, as Temple of Anubis tends to be, especially with this types of comms. But as just I was about to say, it was going in the favor of WVU. A pick comes through for Hailstorm, and the same happens vice versa. Picks are coming through for both teams. It's intensely scrappy. Doesn't get any more scrappy than this. Artemis is on this point, swinging around. Shiro finds a pick. Brave Monk goes down. I didn't think he was that low. I'm sneezing, Hawkshaw. This is just such an intense match. I'm allergic to the amount of intensity and scrappiness we're dealing with right now. As Santuan goes down, trying to stall out this point. WVU is going to finally cap this.
That fight right there was the absolute definition of Temple of Anubis point A. WVU capping this with 5.5 minutes. They have tank ults coming up here, as well as, well, almost all 6 ults here. Hailstorm, they are a bit ahead on some of these ultimates though. I think WVU can play this a bit slowly, but we'll see how it goes.
Zai also having this high noon could be big. A big zoning ult, and on a point like Temple of Anubis where really to capture you're just forced to stand in this open area, high noon can be big as Bob comes through now from Llama. Ultimates being traded for both teams. The Transcendence comes through from BioChris. Big pick. There's that high noon from Vertile. Finding that blading, or from Zai, sorry, finding Vertile, who's blading Llama and KO9 though, pairing up for 2 big picks when the enemy team Hailstorm going down now. WVU looking to take this point as Zai goes down right as his stun was coming out. Brave Monk finds him with a big stomp. Santamon, however, going to help his ball clean up this point now. Hailstorm coming back after only giving up a tick, and they are going to be able to take this one back, it seems. Oh no, there's 7-11 sleeping. Mercy. Poor guy wasn't going to live long at all in that position, but that's the danger of a sleep dart for you.
Absolutely. Clutch picks coming out there from Hailstorm, and they sustain on this point, only giving up a tick, but on the side, if you're on WVU as well, that's not the worst in the world, especially with a map like Temple of Anubis. However, they don't really have any ults here to work with except this sound barrier. Songri has this rally on the side of Hailstorm as well as the pulse bomb from Shiro, and they rally in here. Zai gets the come to Vertile as Genofriend uses that beat. It might be a little bit too late though, with Vertile already being out of the fight.
Yeah, Vertile finds himself down early to a nade that actually went through. Despite that huge beat, it's not going to be enough. KO9 finds a pick, but that's not going to do it. As Hailstorm holds on to their point.
Keep out of my way.
Yeah, and they have both tank ults coming out for this next fight. It's kind of like WVU is just running into a brick wall here. They're constantly losing the battle in the ultimate economy. Hailstorm has almost 5 ultimates here. And they've already lost 2 minutes off of this clock, and they didn't get any progress that previous fight up to this point.
And I will point out, WVU is just such a coordinated brawl coming in here. It has to be on Temple of Anubis. Grab comes through now, capturing both tanks, but the immortality's there. Soundgree got a bit too aggressive, trying to duel that grab out. He goes down himself, and the picks are coming through. Big ultimates, big Deadeye from Zai, who finds 3. Llama found a pick in the middle of it, but obviously that's not going to be enough. A lot of it ultimates invested there, however, on the side of Hailstorm. Now WVU coming in with a bit of an advantage in this fight if they can charge up these ults. Notably, their window and their grab dragon, it could be big for them in this fight. The nano might not be enough, especially in this comp where you don't really have a super high value nano target. Maybe your ball or I guess your Brig or your Zarya are pretty good targets, however.
Yeah, that is true. WVU pushing up immediately here, and they kill off BioChris right as they get the chance to. This ball in the backline though, Songri falls to the Brave Monk. And I think this might be WVU's fight to win as Llama kills off Santamon. And the Deadeye coming in, doesn't really find anything. Shiro kills off Llama, so there's still a chance here for Hailstorm, but not... Well, I guess I was wrong. Genofrank kills him off. The grab coming in, and the Dragon, just for good measure here. And WVU takes this point with 2 minutes remaining.
That's a pretty good time bank. Temple of Anubis is not the most fun map on either side, but on attack, getting a 2-minute time bank is pretty nice. I gotta say, I would feel pretty good about that if I was WVU, especially considering how easy it can be to stall out this point. Especially that second point, with the enemy spawns just being so close for the defenders.
Definitely. This could definitely be WVU's map if they end up doing what you said, stalling this out. If it does end up getting to where they have to hold off second point. Now for the defense for WVU, what do you think they're going to run here?
Well, there's a lot of different options. Obviously, the ball does seem to be a staple in this map. WVU, however, having Brave Monk going to go on to early. I was wrong, it looks like. We're actually going to be seeing a Reinhardt Diva. This is in place of I would say maybe usually you'd see a ball here, but from WVU, I'm not surprised. If you're going to be running the Diva with KO9, you're probably not going to run the ball. But now, you're going to do a bit more of a full dive comp. So WVU here is opting for a more traditional dive. Instead of the ball, you go for a Monkey. A lot of people opt to go for the ball just because of his current power. But there are a lot of situations where that Monkey is more valuable in certain specific areas. And if you can really take advantage of the extra value Monkey can get, it can be a really big play over the ball if the ball player isn't doing the same thing for his team. And now both teams actually going on to the Winston Artemis as well, actually having a double bubble though this time for him.
Yeah, and the Ana Brig support line completely different from this Bap Mercy, the Ashe with the Mercy pocket here, as opposed to Zai, who doesn't really have anything to support that really good damage output. This is going to be an interesting matchup, though. We'll see how it goes. Hailstorm taking the Mega Pack room, and they're slowly walking up. Vertile gets a little bit low, but gets healed up. Brave Monk comes in with the Diva, and they're looking to back off Hailstorm here. Yeah, they get 4 picks right off the bat, and that's a quick fight win for WVU Mountaineers. And they get that res off. That pick onto the Brave Monk is not going to matter. That's a minute off the clock already for Hailstorm.
My favorite thing about WVU, they reject meta time and time again and embrace the Monkey. It's pretty nice to see a team who sticks to their strengths and plays what they play best and play it confidently, and they're making it work right now. Into the enemy double bubble. Obviously, this comp is certainly not something to scoff at. It's a pretty common one, and this Ashe can make things especially dangerous with the damage boost potential from both supports here. This is a pretty scary comp that I wouldn't like to play into. Artemis now going on this high ground to finally clear Llama off, forcing Llama to split off from Genofrank with Mercy Pocket with last F11. You use that, find a pick, one to bring the back, goes down to a headshot. Brave Monk finds the enemy. Winston now punches it down. Now Brave Monk is on this point. Genofrank gets slept yet again. Unfortunately, Genofrank's been slept a lot today. As the picks start to come through for Hailstorm, WVU is going to pop a huge blade that finds 4. Vertile is popping off. Here goes the Reds. Comes through. Excuse me. Rez comes through. KO9 comes back with the Mega now. Hailstorm trying to recoup and push into this point.
Yeah, it's going to be hard though. WVU, up in this ultimate economy, they have both tank ults, the Bob and the support ults here. Hailstorm is taking this left side high ground, the opposite of what they did the last 2 fights. It could work this time, but Llama knows they're there. Big dynamite from him, and that's the window. That's going to zone them out. Vertile falls immediately, and they're looking to just chill out there. They can just, yeah, they're just chilling in there. Sorry, tripping on my words. Artemis, with the Nano, gets knocked onto the low ground. That's a bit unlucky, but Zai with this high noon, not really going to find much here, I don't think. Nope, it gets deflected by Vertile.
Big deflect as Artemis Monkey ult isn't going to quite find anything. Make some space though for Shiro to find that pick on the Llama. Nice little clip put into him there. Brave Monk though, this dive for WVU has been playing really good right now. Hailstorm has 50 seconds left to keep their playoff dreams alive as that dive from WVU is as aggressive as ever. This could be their last chance with this grab. It could be it. KO9, however, on that D.Va ready to attempt to just crush the hearts of the enemy team by eating this grab. He could do it, or his bomb that goes out early here. Maybe a misclick. You got stopped by the pillar or something. KO9's bomb is gone. But if he can eat this grab, it would be just a big of an effect. Another sleep slips through here. Llama is sleeping on the point as Artemis goes in. A nade hits as well. Llama's going to go down from that deadly combo. Ana just really dominating Llama there. Artemis finishes off. As the blade comes through from Vertile, it's going to go down. The grab gets eaten! I called it! KO9 does eat the grab as 7-11 finds the pick on Artemis. That could be big for WVU. They're still in this fight, but Hailstorm needs something to happen here. They don't want to go not like this. They're going to keep fighting for that extra minutes on the clock, and they so far look like they're going to get a WVU falling. Now Hailstorm going to have one last chance to capture this point, and with that, keep their dreams alive. If they can just capture second here, they can keep going and have a chance to still win this map or force a draw, so we would go to another map.
Yeah, the KO9 eating that grab, so clutch, but so unlucky that Hailstorm takes that point. They're taking left side. They have 2.5 minutes here. I think WVU already wins this time bank battle. And they're taking this left side, as I just said. And they do have the nano and the pulse bomb here. As the nano goes out onto Artemis, Wildcris gets that nade kill onto Vertile. Artemis killing off the enemy main tank.
Oh, Hailstorm is doing it with the time bank up. KO9 finds a pick, but that's not going to be enough. The picks are coming through big, and right now, Time Bank could actually go in favor of Hailstorm. No, here comes the stall. Vertile's out, and here comes the Brave Monk. They have to get these picks fast, but they don't want to lose their Time Bank. But the Brave Monk has his ult. Can they kill him in time? I don't think they can. As the stall starts to come through for WVU. Wait a minute, they're all on the point now. It's not a stall anymore. It's a fully fleshed team fight. Monkey ult comes through for Artemis, and Zai finds a pick. Zai finds another. He wants his team to be in this still. The ultimate's coming through, and Zai finds yet another pick, and his team's going to get this point. And with 1:46, slightly less on the time bank than WVU, Hailstorm keeps their dreams alive and captures this point. So we're going to keep going on Temple of Anubis here until one of these teams wins or we get ourselves to a draw.
This is definitely a close game, and I'm very excited for this map. Extra rounds on Temple of Anubis. This could either end in like 4 minutes, or it could go on for 20 more. You never know. It's Temple of Anubis. We'll see what these teams roll out on here. I feel like it could possibly change it up a bit, going simply because it is overtime rounds. What do you think, though?
Yeah, the dives from both teams have been really effective, and it's a slightly different approach at the dive from both teams as well. While WVU is opting for the D.Va Monkey, it's going to be Hailstorm opting for a bit more of a double bubble composition and on the Tracer instead of the Genji. Both teams running one sort of hit scan sniper character. While WVU's philosophy leans them towards the Ashe, Zai is the Widowmaker for Hailstorm, who obviously we saw make a pretty big impact on that last point especially. And the support picks are completely different too for both teams. Really, only one character in common is the Monkey, but funny enough, even with that being a case, we're talking about these comps as though they're the same, you know, because that Monkey just makes up so much of what this comp is.
Yeah, and like you said, the support line being completely different on both of these sides here. I feel like the support line for Hailstorm is better for like more close range, but you know you can't really get close to them if Llama's just up there killing them from long range.
Just like that, as Wildcris goes down the Llama right there. Vertile finding a follow-up pick now. Members of Hailstorm getting picked off one by one. Vertile finds another, and do they know Artemis is up here? Artemis on a very, very sneaky route. He's hiding up here from the enemy team. They don't know he's there. Look at that sneaky little monkey. Oh no, Artemis. Come on, man. It could work. It could really work right now, though. He has a really good dive on the high ground of his team.
He's going to jump onto them.
Choke, and there it goes! He's on the high ground again. Artemis is up there as he was last round. Separating the enemy team with the Brave Monk, comes on with a follow-up dive. He has to drop down. Now Artemis is going to dive onto the high ground with his Tracer. They're recouping now. Onto the Brave Monk they go, and they're going to actually take top right. This dive is up there, and the Brig is up there, setting up. Shiro finds a pick. And here goes Hailstorm onto the point. Vertile finds a pick, but it's not going to be enough. Artemis finds another. This could go either way. Back and forth battle as always right now. The Mercy is low, but she gets away just barely. Not quite. Soundry finds Mercy out of the air on that high ground. With that, Hailstorm is going to capture this point. They're going to have maybe just enough time left. They have an attack onto the second point. Maybe not though. It's hard to tell. Temple of Anubis. We're going to capture here.
Artemis somehow managed to stay alive up there. He was as stealthy as a Sombra there. It kind of reminds me of before they fixed the footsteps. Like you remember how footsteps used to be super quiet and how you'd get a roadhog in your backline?
Yep, yeah.
That reminded me of that for some reason. WVU has a lot of these ults here, almost 6 here to hold this point with. We'll see if they can make use of them.
Going into what could be very decisive fight as Zai finds a pick on the Llama. Hailstorm has been rolling Temple of Anubis. They seem to have figured out an attack, but right as I say that, Vertile finds a pick on Zai who goes down. The res comes through. Big plays there. Both monkeys are angry right now, going into each other's respective backlines and looking for a pick, but neither one's going to find them as the dives come through. Here comes the blade from Vertile. Llama's bobbing to find one as well as Soundry at this point, trying to salvage something, but it's not going to be enough. Goes down finally. Last remaining member of Hailstorm on the point is now down. And after capturing first point, Hailstorm now can't capture the second, so WVU is set up in a pretty interesting circumstance where they have to cap the first one if they want to not lose, and I think they're pretty capable of that. But this second point could really go either way.
Yeah, definitely could go either way, as you said. Not losable for Hailstorm if they can hold this. They can. I think they do. There are 2 minutes left here for WVU, so it is possible. But again, this could go either way here.
I just want to take this quick moment to mention that if you guys follow 413 right now, you have a chance to be entered into a giveaway, or you will be entered into a giveaway once we hit 300 followers. You have a chance at winning $30 of Blizzard balance, guys. That's $30 for a follow that's completely free for you to do. So if we hit that 300 followers, make sure you're checking out the streams and stopping by so that you can be here when we do that giveaway to somebody in chat.
Yep. Those $30 in Blizzard balance, they can be used for anything on the BattleNet shop.
And that's a lot of games that applies.
Yeah.
Overwatch, Hearthstone, I believe Warzone as well. All the different titles on there.
Yeah.
Very
the
useful.
Activision games.
And now these comps are actually staying slightly the same, although KO9 off the Devo onto the ball now for attack. Makes sense, you know. Ball, pretty good pick here for the attack as they're going to brawl and roll into the enemy team on that sort of they're playing sort of a half brawl, right? They have this Brig that can kind of defend their backline while Artemis is off diving and stuff. So notably, Hailstorm only really has Shiro to help with the dive, whereas WVU has more there as they go onto this high ground. Soundry is going to boop the dive away as KO9 comes back. Although Soundry boops the dive away, it comes back in multiple forms. WVU already has a tick as the Brave Monk goes down, and this is going to get paused real quick, actually. We're hitting a pause here. Not quite sure. We have a crash from somebody. Looks like we have one player down. The Brave Monk did go down here, but and WVU was capturing the point. That's so unfortunate. Their Tracer goes down at a bad time.
Yeah, and doesn't help that WVU is already halfway to the second tick, halfway to this first point. So he does join back. We'll see if we can get this back up and rolling.
As pointed out right now, it is actually a 5v5 right now, as Brave Monk has gone down. The teams are discussing maybe a way to go about this in the chat, but we're going to go to a quick intermission here as the teams discuss what to do. We're waiting for a player to come back or for a sub to come in. Either way, it's a very exciting match so far, and we are right down to the wire right now, guys.
Yeah, definitely a good one. WVU on a really good pace here on their second attack round, and it looks like we're about to get back into this.
And And with the disconnect not back yet, the match is going to keep... Oh, no, okay, the disconnect is back. Okay, I was confused there. But Hailstorm... Whoa, wait, despite the disconnected player, Hailstorm's rolling this fight. They didn't need...
Didn't matter.
6! It was a 5v6 for maybe not all of the fight, but despite the disconnect, Hailstorm does roll the point. Obviously, Bravemont going down, it was a 5v5 at the end of the day. Wow, big win there from Hailstorm. Now it's going to be WVU attempting here. They're sort of put on the back burner here. They put on their back foot and they have to do something now as the ball goes in. He gets anti. He just barely makes it. No. Goes down to Zion. Shiro watching him try to get away with just very little health now. Point breaks out. Taking that bridge is Hailstorm. Trying to defend as Artemis finds Llama now. It's going to be WVU who are actually forced to retreat with only 30 seconds left. They're going to switch off onto the Tracer. That's Llama going on the Tracer now. So they have more of a full dive here. So hopefully they're going to be able to get it to work. They can get on one target and make that target go bye-bye. Let's see if they can get in and do that now, as it is Llama looking for a flank here. Comes in through the doors and makes Ani use the nade. Vilepris just naded off the Tracer poke. That's big. Not having that nade is going to be huge as Vilepris comes in with the nade. Or with the blade, sorry. Zai finds him, however. The nano comes through, and Artemis, who is down. The mines are on point, though. This is going to be really hard for Hailstorm to take back these mines in a really good place. Artemis now clearing out the point of these mines with his musky ultimate. KO 9 mines finds Zai as the grab comes through. They only get the Brave on both tanks in this grab now, but he comes through from the Gino Trend. Now Soundry gonna find that Tracer. That's the good thing about this brig. This last fight, Hailstorm, I mean WVU actually needs to win this or else they're out right now and they're gonna give a map up. Starting would be a reverse sweep, and the Brave Monk finds get another pick. There's 3v3 on point right now. The Brave Monk and KO9 are dueling it out in the enemy team with their Lucio, who finds a pick on the Soundry. Shiro finds a pick though. The Brave Monk is down. One team has the monkey, one team doesn't, but the bomb comes through. And Shiro finds 2, and they get off the point! And Hailstorm takes this map!
That was incredible.
Hailstorm picking up some steam, taking a map. They're on their way to what could be. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to curse anything. I've cast or cursed in way too many amazing comebacks to say it now. But what I am going to say is that Hailstorm picked up a lot of momentum in that match, and it was down to the wire like they've all been. So I really don't know if WVU can hold on right now. Their grasp is starting to slip. So let's see if after this 3-minute intermission and for their first map pick, if they can pop off here.
Yeah, stay tuned.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Make sure you follow, as we mentioned earlier, so you have a chance to be entered into that giveaway. $30 BattleNet Blizzard Balance giveaway. Use that on any of those games there. So make sure you follow so you can know when we're streaming. And once we hit 300 followers, we're going to do that giveaway. So make sure you follow and come out to see these streams.
Absolutely. And want to map 4 here. It is 2-1. WVU is up right now. They did just lose this previous map, Temple of Anubis, though. So Hailstorm does have a bit of momentum going into this. But this map for WVU, I think it could play to their strengths here. WVU picking this map.
Yeah, I think Llama on the Widowmaker plays a really big part into that for them. You see him pick it early. It's clearly a confident pick for him as he auto locks it in. It seems. Actually, sort of a double sniper as Veritile goes onto the Ash as well. I think this can work really well for WVU as currently, the sort of dive comp hybrid we're seeing right now from Hailstorm doesn't have a super great way to deal with that Widow. Obviously, that Tracer is going to be there harassing all day long. So let's see if Shiro can get the better here as Llama going to be trying to shut down the enemy team from all angles on Rialto. Such a dominant Widowmaker map.
Yeah, this comp for WVU, I think, is a good mix of close range and long range. Monkey and the Diva getting all up in your face as they are trying to do right here, as well as the double sniper comp can just play from anywhere they want to. Santamon kills off Llama. Where was that?
Yeah, how Zarya killing a... I don't know. Frankly, Zarya somehow found Llama on the Widowmaker is now going on to the Tracer to get back with his team a little quicker here. WVU is fighting on this high ground. Artemis now taking the duel with the Winston. He has his team to support from the low ground now. The Winstons are just shocking each other. A terrible display to watch as these two monkeys just really make each other their science experiments now as the point is being fought over. Santamon beaming down KO9. That Zarya beam is one thing D.Va can't eat, as well as that flail from Soundry right now. KO9 is feeling both of them as the dive goes in hard, gets anti to KO9. Comes out of his mech. Now Artemis into the big angry monkey ult. He's going in hard and he finds the Brave Monk. KO9 does get back to the mech. It's going to be a little bit too late as Genofran is being harassed by that monkey now. Shiro takes down KO9 yet again. That D.Va going down as Santamon finds Vertile. Now Llama, however, does find Artemis, getting a little bit ahead of himself and the rest of his team maybe, although even when you're in good position, as I think Artemis actually might have been there, that Tracer's going to find you.
Absolutely, that Tracer is definitely a dangerous pick, especially right now, being one of the just one of the best overall DPS picks in the game right now.
Oh, that dynamite hit! That dynamite hit Artemis! Brave Monk finds a big pick on the Shiro, but I just wanted to point out Vertile just chucked a dynamite from spawn that hit Artemis, so that's a pretty big high-value dynamite as picks are coming through for WVU right now. KO9 finds Zai, that's a big pick. As Brave big monkey ultimate coming through, maybe a little late as the Bob was already in on point. Brave Monk cleaning up the enemy Ana as, yeah, the Nano. I think the Nano was used there?
Yeah, Vilechris nanoed Artemis and he just got melted or something.
Yeah, you hate to see it happen. You know, you try to get the Nano at the last second and it's just not enough and they go down and you lose your ultimate. We've all had it happen. It feels terrible whether you're the Ana or on the receiving end as an Eat comes through. KO9. Eating ultimates all day long, and now the Tracer ultimate's going to go down to KO9's Wrath.
Definitely
Llama.
Dangerous off-tank. Llama wins that Tracer duel as WVU takes this high ground with just the Genofran on the Zen pushing the car for now. The bomb coming out though from KO9 doesn't really find anything, but Shiro kills Llama in that second Tracer duel. Zai gets the Deadeye kill onto Vertile, and if this looks like Hailstorm's fight to win here, they're going to look to sustain this.
Yeah, big picks coming through there as Hailstorm eventually stabilizes. 3 minutes on the clock for WVU right now. Artemis has his monkey ult online and ready to go. Gonna need that here, gonna dive into the enemy backline, you know, Genofran. With no help, is gonna be very vulnerable back there. There's really not much that can peel for a monkey ult. So Genofran coming around to the point now, we see Shiro there, and he just doesn't want to push harder as the Tracer rolls in the connects. Now Zai finding the Brave Monk down. That's your main tank. You don't want that. Artemis is burning, but he's not dead like the Brave Monk is right now, coming back from spawn with his team. Vertile, however, has that Bob. Could be a good replacement for your main tank, but you're going to wait for him to come back. So you can have, instead of a 6v6, you can have a 7v6 once that Bob comes out onto the point. But right now, Brave Monk's positioning for a dive as Artemis gets the Nano from his Ana. It's going to be Vilechris giving that as the Transcendence does come through from Genofran. Brave Monk tries to hold to stay alive, but he goes down anyways to Shiro as picks are coming through. For Hailstorm, these DPS are showing up big in the kill feed as the cart continues to push, but not for long. It's going to get stalled out for just a second. Now Hailstorm stabilizing and fully stalling out the cart. KO9, oh no, what a stagger. He's getting pushed back, and Soundry is just shielding and bashing in a big stagger. Genofran goes down in a similar time frame, but man, good stagger there from WVU and a good team fight overall. Sorry, from Hailstorm.
Definitely, and just under 2 minutes left for WVU here. They did gain a bit of distance here.
The Tracers found each other in the back line. They're fighting each other off right now. They're all alone. They're in no man's land. Just a pure Tracer on the back line right now. Oh no, Shiro returns to the front as the high noon comes through. A big D.Va bomb. KO9 sends it to the same place as the last one. Doesn't find anything, but does zone out the enemy team a little bit as now the Brave Monk is on the Reinhardt instead of the Monkey now. Pushing down the stairs into that enemy dive. The bubble comes through big, so Zarya has some charge and finds a kill with it. Not before the Brave Monk takes down the Ana, though, and gets rezzed afterwards. Zai finding Vertile. Big picks for Hailstorm here, despite that res and the pick of their own they received. now coming through and stabilizing this point as WVU right now is certainly seeming like the momentum is on Hailstorm's favor. After winning that last map, they're doing a pretty impressive job of holding WVU right now.
Definitely, WVU definitely losing that momentum, as you said. It's a big part of just winning these games overall. And we see WVU Mountaineers making a lot of swaps here. The Zarya, the Baptiste, and the Torbjorn here. They'll have to be quick here. They have a little over 30 seconds here, and they're walking into 3 ultimates. There's the grab coming out. The Immortality Field sustains, and it killed Pulse Bomb from Shiro. Just kills off the turret, but that could be what you need. Torb turret can be an absolute nuisance. WVU, they are looking to push this cart. The Shatter from Brave Monk kills off Zai.
Yeah, he goes behind and pushes the enemy up those stairs, uses his Shatter. Chris does find KO9 though, goes down the enemy on, and now 7-Eleven is following suit. Multiple members of WVU are going down right now. An impressive hold from Hailstorm. WVU isn't going to be able to finish their push here on Rialto.
Yeah, that was a 4-minute hold here.
Big WVU is going to have to come up with something big on defense here.
Definitely. They did make the switch to more brawly heroes like the Reinhardt. I mean, I don't really know how well it would work in that case. With the Monkey and the Diva just having better high ground control. High ground definitely is important, especially on second point for Rialto, and it just didn't work out for WVU. So now they'll just have to be content with pushing pretty close to second point. But that's all they'll have to work with here.
Yeah, having to figure out something on defense, because if you lose this map, you're even. And the reverse sweep becomes even closer than it was before, and that could be, I believe, the first one we would see here. In OCS, and as far as what we've streamed and casted from 4-3. So I gotta say, this could be very interesting territory we're heading into. So WVU right now gonna try to find a way to stabilize and see if they can remember that they are the team that won those first 2 maps. See if they can pull something through on Rialto defense.
The big just winning is just gaining back the advantage in the mental game. If you're on the side of WVU, just try and rebuild that momentum. It is hard though. Hailstorm definitely up here. They had a good hold on the second point, and I think they're going to be coming out on this attack just furious.
No Widowmaker from either team, obviously. While Rialto is a strong Widowmaker map, these dives are just going to, and the Tracer even, is going to make it so frustrating for either Widow here to try to play. That was getting constantly dove. Now Artemis, speaking of, goes in on a soft dive in the enemy team. He probably comes out from Brave Monk. Llama, though, finds a pick on his hand. That's exactly what WVU needs here early. Soundgree is going to get dove, but he sends it back. Has to press the SQ himself now, though, as WVU with that early pick. Going to take this fight.
Yeah, they're still holding up on this high ground. Artemis coming up here alone. He's looking low and discorded. Does manage to stay alive though. The rest of Hailstorm just pushing up, helping him out. KO9 though, very low, was naded for a bit. He'll need to wait to get back into the fight. As all of Hailstorm now taking this high ground. And as I say that, Artemis just jumps down, pushing this card a bit. Now it's contested.
Goes back up to the high ground, big anti-hits. Only KO9, it would seem, though, who is a little low. Multiple members of both teams low right now as the dive coming through. Santamon trying to beam out this enemy dive, who's just kind of stalling and getting that ult charge. Brave Monk is ahead on his Monkey ultimate. It's pretty big for him. KO9 now coming in and getting cleaved up by Artemis, but Llama finds a big pick on the Shiro, big headshot of the Dragon, finds one as well, and that's going to be WVU using, I believe, only 2 ultimates there, counting the Mercy ultimate, which you're going to use on cooldown anyways. Pretty efficient ultimates there. WVU is good at that. They're cycling these ultimates and using their economy well. They're able to stall this point out right now, and they're making good time so far.
Definitely. If they keep doing that, they're going to definitely take this map here. They've been so good at cycling ultimates, as we have seen time and time again throughout OCS, as Berthout gets a pick onto Zai, and they still have these tank ultimates here as well, like we were just talking about. The Primal Rage coming out from Artemis. Llama uses the Deadeye, but he falls instantly. I think it may have been to reload, but I don't really know.
Yeah, Artemis finds a big pick there with the monkey ult now, as you said. High Noon is going to be used up by Llama, or Zai as well, I believe. Both High Noons have been recently used as the Nano comes through from File Chris. Looks like one on the Artemis there is actually backing off in the back line to try to catch KO9 here. Is pushing in, trying to find another. KO9 does go down eventually as the Brave Monk finds Zai here with his monkey ultimate. Now Llama going down as well. Members of Hailstorm are falling one by one in WVU right now. An impressive hold. There's some ultimates on the side of Hailstorm for this next fight, but that Transcendence could really make them all completely irrelevant if it's used right.
Definitely, and this time is going down quickly for Hailstorm. They just have a minute left here on this point A, and they're just a little under halfway through first point.
So now ultimates for both teams are about to start going. The rally first, Dragon to follow for the enemy team Vertile. The Dragon finds one, though. That's a sneaky Dragon coming up out of the ground and finding Vilepris dead. Might not have even known it was there. It was at his ankles. Just eating and chomping away with that Dragon. And now Hailstorm's going to continue to have to stall out here. Only 30 seconds left. And a Transcendence now. You've used your rally. So now you have even less ults to fight into that Transcendence with.
Yeah, Hailstorm does still have this grab pulse here, but they're not going to use it if Shiro falls like that.
Oh my gosh, Genofran has just been making this so hard for Hailstorm to win. His ultimate is shutting down their ultimates, and now he's finding picks just pure out of the blue. As two people are in this grab, it's not going to matter. Genofran comes in just in time to save them as the ante comes through. So does the High Noon. Llama's going to find one, and it looks like WVU is on their way to the grand finals. If things don't change suddenly here, another pick comes through, and WVU have done it. Despite the stall here from Artemis, going to be using his monkey ult, goes down. WVU on their way to face 4-1-3 Hellfire now. What a huge win for the Mountaineers.
That was just the second loss that Hailstorm has taken throughout the entire OCS.
Wow.
And this one cost them. They're out of the tournament completely. WVU Mountaineers going to face 4-3 Hellfire in the finals here.
Wow, what a matchup that one's going to be. A big play of the game from Vertile here, who we saw in the kill feed all day long, Hawkshaw. There are a lot of candidates from WVU. I believe two specifically maybe we can try to decide between right now. The Brave Monk and Vertile were really there all day.
Definitely. Vertile doing what he does, as always, just popping off in that kill feed, getting those picks. And the Brave Monk just winning a lot of those main tank duels, especially early on throughout this match on King's Row and Lijiang Tower. He was just winning those main tank battles over and over again, and it's really what was the gateway for WVU Mountaineers to win those first two maps, which led to taking this entire series.
All right, so yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you. Big plays coming through from both teams, but I think at the end of the day, those early main tank differences coming through from Brave Monk really set the pace. And with that, Brave Monk is going to be our MVP today.
Yep.
See if we can get him in here for a little post-game interview. He's heading into the finals against 4-1-3 Hellfire, taking his team. And coming through the losers bracket, very exciting story. And we're going to have a very exciting grand finals.
Definitely. It's going to be a rematch between 4-1-3 Hellfire and the WV Mountaineers. It went the way of 4-1-3 Hellfire last time around, but who knows? It could be different this time around, but we'll just have to wait and see.
We're going to get Brave Monk in here for an interview. He will be here shortly. Plenty of things to ask him. Very exciting stuff. Brave Monk, congratulations on the win. You guys are heading to the grand finals against 4-1-3 Hellfire. How do you feel, my guy?
Thank you so much. I feel humbled. And honestly, I don't think I deserve this MVP. I think everything I did was because of my team. Everything I did was because of I kept getting resources put into me. I kept getting directions that I followed and all that stuff. So, yeah, but I appreciate it.
Well, obviously enabled by your team really well. They played great. If you had, I won't make you choose favorites. I'll let you avoid that for now.
Yeah.
But, when you're going into these grand finals against Hellfire, how do you guys feel? And how do you think you guys are going to be preparing for these finals?
I feel nervous. I feel happy. I feel like I just want to do it. I just want to go there. I just want to play it. I just want to get the rematch if possible.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, we were planning a lot for this match, and like we didn't even think that far through. So we'll start thinking now.
Yeah, but I guess this is a bit of a grudge match, right, for you guys against Hellfire?
See, it was a rematch because we lost to them 3-0 like a
Right.
few weeks ago. Yeah.
All right, Hawkshaw, any questions for the MVP before we head out?
Well, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, just a great game from you guys all around. Thanks so much for putting on a show for everybody that came out.
Thank you so much. I owe it all to my team, honestly. I just do what they tell me. I just
Very well played by you
part,
guys.
yeah. Thank you so much. You guys have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
I'll see you in the grand finals.
Yeah, we'll see you guys then. Congratulations and good luck in the finals. Thank you, everybody, for stopping out. Don't forget to follow 413 Esports and make sure you check around so you can be entered into that giveaway that we're going to be doing, $30 of Blizzard balance. Thank you guys so much for stopping around. We're going to have an exciting grand finals coming up soon for you guys. Make sure you follow so you're notified when that comes live so you get to see how this tournament finally ends. The grand finals are going to be WVU Mountaineers versus 413 Hellfire.
It's going to be an amazing match to watch. Can't wait for it.
Thank you, guys. Everybody have a great and safe night. Thank you.
Good night.